G'day guys, what's going on? Welcome back to ALFX Trading, and today I'm going to take you guys through how I trade both sides of the market within a short period of time, and knowing when is a good time to potentially change your bias on where the market's moving, especially on these short time frame, small time frame markets that I like to trade, the 5, the 15 minute, even the 30 minute, how I like to recognize when it is a good time for me to potentially change my bias in which direction the market's going. Obviously, when I'm looking at the chart from like a 1 hour, a 4 hour, even a daily sometimes, these changes in direction and bias are not going to be very often. They're not going to come along very often. Like I'm going to be trading the market and have a bias in the long term in one direction for, potentially weeks, months, however long, depending on the time frame. But the smaller the time frame gets, the, more frequent it is to be, okay, I'm looking for buyers. And then, whether it's 2 days later, I'm looking at sells, or a day later, I'm looking at sells now. Totally just depends on where price action moves and what price action there is in the market, as to then be able to determine, okay, maybe this is when I can start looking for the other side of the market. So I'm going to break down 3 trades here that I took all on AUD USD in the past week and a half, 2 weeks. We'll see. And as you can see, I've got first trade over here is a sell, and then that's on April 7th, and then April 13th, so less than a week later, I'm taking buys on the same pair, purely because of what I've seen in price action. So if I'm looking at this chart here from a 30-minute perspective, what I'm seeing is price making lower highs and lower lows in a clear downward trending market, and there is clear and strong momentum to the downside. Even down here, when we reach our lowest point before the market starts to turn, there's a lot of momentum in this move here, just like these moves here, here, and here. There's 4 to 5 strong moves showing a lot of bearish pressure on the market. So this first trade, as I just said then, definitely in a downward bias, a bearish bias, and this is why I'm looking at the trade. I come in, when I'm trading, I do have a lot of other sort of boxes and areas graphed on, but if I don't use them, I do then remove them. So in this instant, because I've used the box, and I'm going to use it just for the purpose of this video as well to help explain the trade, I do keep it there. And same with the actual trade itself. I like to keep them there just so I can go back and sort of look at where I'm going right and wrong. And that's also backed up. If I do want to get rid of them at any point, I've got them all backed up on a spreadsheet with, my trades from the past 12 months, 18 months, 24 months, 2 years. So this trade here, I've just, looked at these 2 little areas of support here. When this first one was sort of created, I wasn't too keen on it, purely because, price hadn't made a lower low yet. So it was only when this second little box, even though the push back to the bullish side wasn't that large, if I take it to the 15-minute chart, there was a bit of movement there. We bounced off, and then we still pushed down, pushed up, and then actually started to almost sort of switch momentum, and then the back end of this 15-minute candle just dropped again, and price ended up making this lower low. So I drew this level when we had 2 little areas of support, and then just waited for price to come back. I did take this trade on the 15-minute chart, even though the 30-minute chart, even though this trade is quite clean on the 15-minute chart, and I did use the candles for confluence. I did take the trade on the 30-minute chart after this bearish candle. So you can see price sort of pushed down, tried to reach level, didn't quite reach it, so I didn't take a trade. I was close to taking a trade purely because we had 4 to 5 wicks in a row and price just wasn't able to push any higher, but I didn't take the trade, and we waited till we got this clean rejection of the level. We had price come up, try to break through, and then was rejected to the downside, and at the close of this candle, open of this set candle here, we were into the trade. 3-to-1 trade, really simple, just had my take profit set at this low over here, and stop loss just above this level. As I say always, if price is going to get to this point, I'm happy to accept that my analysis is probably wrong. Well, not necessarily wrong, but price is just not moving in the direction I want it to, and not in my favour. If I go zoom out a little bit, this is where I start to change bias. So we have this huge sort of momentum to the downside here, and then all of a sudden it's just halted, it stops, and we see a push back up. We then see price try to break down, we see it try to break back down here and here, but it's unsuccessful. We then see it reach this level of resistance here, reach it again, and it does actually drop down a little bit, but it's not able to make a lower low, and then we just start to see it move. We get this high, a higher low, sorry. So from this point to this point is a higher low, push up, another higher low, higher high. We do get a lower low, but the overall momentum is there, and then we get this big move here, which sort of solidifies my opinion that price is making a reversal in this short, 30-minute, 15-minute market. And like if I do zoom out here, you can see prices then, come back down and made another huge move to the downside. Nothing's to say it's not going to keep going to the upside or the downside. I don't really have a bias on this market right now. I'm sort of just waiting till price maybe fills this gap here. But for these two trades, they were the second one was sort of a continuation of the first trade. We have this sort of level here at this high that's drawn on. Price does almost touch the level here as well, which, it doesn't have to be an exact sort of move into the level. It can be like this, like it's just the area. Like, your box can be a bit bigger. And like, if I'm drawing it like that, I'm drawing the top of these candles. We've been hit once, twice, a breakthrough, and then we have a double wick into the bottom. I actually took the trade before this candle, the start of this candle ended this one. So when I saw price come in and was rejected, leaving this wick here, I did sort of take the risk and just jumped straight into the trade, which played out nicely for me. Very tight stops right underneath this candle, 2.65. And then the third trade, I'll just go the take profit here, just purely this high of this last move, just safe. Don't want to be greedy, take what I can get and get out. But then I was presented with another opportunity to get back into the same trade pretty much. This can be drawn across. It's just, we've had this candle rejection, a big move and push off as resistance, big move through, back down, rejection, rejection, and then a bullish engulfing with this big wick too. I jumped into this trade, I think on the 15-minute. If I take it back, yeah, it was this 15-minute candle here where we saw price break in, was rejected, closed above the level, which was key as to why I didn't wait for the bullish sort of confirmation, because that was confirmation itself. That candle closed above the level and then straight to the upside. And that's probably one of my better trades for the past couple of months, I reckon, at like, what is it, 6 to 1. Great trade. And as always, take profit was just this high over here. Most previous clear sort of high, and then stops just below the level. Probably could have even been tighter on this one, but I'd already taken a trade on this move, and I sort of was happy just to sort of, if I was going to get a winner off this move, then I'm happy with whatever. No need to be greedy and have your stops too tight, because, that gets wicked out. Then, I sort of end up 1.6 units or percent in front across these two trades, whereas I, stretch it out a bit, take it to 6, that's 8, almost 9% on two trades. So yeah, that was a beautiful trade. There was no sort of drawdown, just straight into profit and almost straight to the profit target. So a few nice trades there. If you have got any questions, please let me know, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I am still sort of planning when I'm going to do this FTMO challenge, but I will be bringing that to you guys and sort of documenting my journey and seeing if we can pass another challenge of verification and then get into a funded account for you guys. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.